Queen in St. George, Utah, on this week's huntingfishing.com newsletter that you can sign up for on our website. Doug does a great job. Thanks, Doug. What do you got going on today?
Well, we're going to talk about this featured story I got out here about a couple of pack horses over on the Idaho-Montana Selway Bitterroot Wilderness border. Unbelievable. I mean, if you haven't watched this video, and I'm sorry you don't get our newsletter, but I think I'm gonna have Chaz put this out somewhere on.
Yeah, just go ahead and post it on huntingfishing.com. Yeah, I think it's worthy.
Yeah. I mean, this is an incredible video. I couldn't believe these horses made it at all. But they did. I mean, 80 feet down the side of a hill, all rock, lots of stubble and trees and what have you, and both horses pulled through. So there you go. Unbelievable.
Yeah, great video. Yeah, that was an interesting story, but the video certainly shows the magnitude of these horses. The fall that they took, it's absolutely a miracle they didn't break something.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
Let's talk about what's going on around the country. Alabama red snapper season closes September 4th. California dove season opens up September 1st.
As well as did Arizona. Yep.
Yeah, right. Now, Idaho, there's some big changes for cow elk hunting in the Panhandle for 2023. If you don't know about that, you need to go out to the Game and Fish website and get yourself updated.
Okay.
Big survey results coming out in Iowa for pheasant. So plenty of birds to go hunting for, no doubt about that. And as always, the tradition in Michigan is on Labor Day. The Mackinac Bridge is closed. I know about the Mackinac. I've been across that many times. And if you get there and find out it is closed for the day, hey, buddy, hotel, here we come.
Okay, so I don't get it. Why do they shut the bridge down?
Why do they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is for the annual, right? For the annual walk across the annual. I'm getting all tongue twisted here. Is the annual walk across the Mackinac Bridge. They've done that since the day of this bridge became a bridge. So they do it every year as a memorial type of thing. I don't know why they have to do it, but they do, and that's just the way it is. I've known about it even from the days we started going up there. We never got up there on those days because we always went up in the spring. Moving on, Oregon.
Oh boy, you never know what the hell Michigan's going to do. So anyway, why walk when you can take Uber?
I guess tradition is tradition, right?
Go for it.
All right. Up in Oregon, the Umpqua River system, all right, is full of smallmouth, but they don't belong there according to...
Yeah, but they've been there for 50 years.
Yes, they have. And I don't think you're going to be able to do anything about this. It's kind of stupid. But, what they want you to do is you catch a bass, just throw it up on the bank or take it home and eat it. One of the two.
Yeah, well, wanton waste is not the way to do this. I'm sorry.
I know.
Yeah, I disagree with these guys. Oregon needs an airstrike as far as I'm concerned with the politics and the BS that they pull up there. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I get it. You got trout guys and up there whining and carrying on. They don't like smallmouth. Well, shame on them.
Yeah, for the big smallmouth rivers in the country, then what we should be doing is getting rid of the trout, the salmon, et cetera, in those rivers because they're not.
Boy, you say that in public, you're going to have the green guys coming from you. Oh no, come on.
Well, it's push come shove, and you got to give and take. Come on, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Well, also in Oregon, following the trend that's been going on, there's a new infrastructure law for funding these dam removals. Good thing. I think it's a good thing they're taking these old dams out. What the heck?
Yeah, sure.
That makes it easy. Yeah, that makes it easier for fish to get up the rivers. Let's see. Moving on down, a couple things. The MLF announces the 2024 Tackle Warehouse Invitational schedules. There's a topwater chatterbait by Hellraiser. It looks like a great bait, by the way.
Yeah.
Patrick Walters breaks a record. He wins the Bassmaster Elite Tournament at the St. Lawrence River. Wow, 105 pounds. It earned him $100,000. That's pretty cool. Bill Dance, he's still around. I'm not sure how much he moves anymore, but he's got his Giant Bass Open slated for October 21st and 22nd.
Yeah.
At Lake Chickabagua.
Yeah, he's always an icon, always will be, but I'm wondering who propped him up in that chair.
That's why I said what I said. I don't know. I don't know how well he's doing, to be honest with you. And, of course, as far as Dorado or mahi-mahi is concerned, off the west coast of Washington, we have a 20-pound, 48-inch long fish. It was caught 42 miles off that coast, so they're up there, Don. I don't know.
That's strange. You don't often hear about those guys that far north. And, I want to go back to that that topwater chatterbait thing. That's a good video. That is a strange looking bait. It works, but you know what? That's got a similar action as to the old jitterbug. So, just saying.
Well, for a lot of us, including me,
it's a good bait.
You're right. We remember the old jitterbug. In fact, I've caught a lot of pike off of that damn bait.
Oh yeah.
They can't resist that sucker. So, anyway, I found it interesting, and maybe it's just another jitterbug with a different look. Who knows? Because I couldn't see it up close.
Yeah, no, it's they finally show you a picture at the end of the video. It's a cool bait. Yeah, I get it.
Yep. Great video on boat ramp tips for launching and trailer rigging. Jeez, I can't get that out of my mouth. Guys got some great tips there, and I know we've done this before. I've put this kind of stuff out in the newsletter, but it's always a good reminder, call it boat ramp etiquette, type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, great video. Oh, yeah. And for anybody listening, watching, etc., and you and I would know this, and most hunters and fishermen know this too, the most go-to knife is the buck knife.
Yep.
It's the 110 folding hunter. I mean, if you see any buck knife on anybody, they've got this knife, so it's a revolutionary type knife. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, we'll have the founder, owner of Buck Knives on here pretty quick. And that Buck's 110 folder was first crafted in 1963.
Right.
I still have mine, but I snapped the blade off. Just saying.
What were you doing?
I'm not going to say. I was doing something I shouldn't have, and I knew better.
Yeah. Some interesting stuff from the U.S. Forest Service on restoring forests. They're putting the $16.2 million into a few projects. Good for them. Idaho takes home a national award for hatchery trout. Interesting. I don't know what I know what the one hatchery in Arizona looks like. That's down there at Peach Springs.
Yeah.
But this looks bigger to me than that. hatchery trout or hatchery trout, right?
Well,
and then lastly, we're going.
In a manner of speaking, yeah.
Well, maybe they do something different that makes them grow faster. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, there's once they get into the wild, some of these are non-reproducible, others are, so it just depends.
Yeah, yeah. And now we want to talk about what we talked about on the show. We're going to talk about a gentleman by the name of Walter Erickson, who pleads guilty to 22 charges that included trespassing, illegal killing deer and elk, and leaving some of the game animals to waste on the field. Now, this poor guy, this is up in Pendleton, Oregon. What's really neat about this, and it's the first time, and I think it is for you too, this is the first time I've heard about this sentencing. Yeah, he's got a fine of $75,000. But what's really interesting is that he is not going to be able to do any hunting during any elk season for the next 3 years. He's not in jail, but he will be during those seasons.
Nice. Well, he's obviously he's revoked. So he's revoked in 48 states. He's not hunting anywhere. Period.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's only 28 years old.
Well,
what a way to start screwing up your life, you know?
Yeah, I'm with Commissioner Guggenauer. I don't get it. I don't know what possesses somebody to go out and pull something like this.
I don't know, and it's costing him $75,000 to start off with, which is probably one of the steepest fines I've ever heard of. But
we had one recently here in Arizona, $47,000 plus another $18,000 in restitution.
Mm-hmm. Now, hey, lastly,
but there wasn't any jail time, which, you know, what we were talking about. What does it take? That was a very egregious crime, and but what does it take to put it into a felony status? These guys need to go to jail. Period. Find them one thing, and then here in Arizona, there was nothing that I could find. What is the defined time frame you have to pay that $47,000? There wasn't. So
I don't know. This guy doesn't have
it's a bad deal.
$75,000 sitting in his bank account, but maybe he's got a payment plan of some sort. I don't know, but $75,000 is still $75,000.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you look at it. Mercury, I believe, has already launched this motor, but it's an electric motor. I don't know. I'm not excited about these things at all, but that's just me. No. They're not very strong. You can't be out on a lake all day unless you're carrying multiple batteries. I don't know.
Kind of like a Ford Lightning, huh? Cool.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Again, I don't get it, but that's just me. All right, Don, we have walked through the newsletter. That's it.
All right, well, that's a pretty interesting newsletter. Just a couple updates. We have a stellar dove season here in Arizona. As like California, it opened up September 1st. I may go out and waste some shotgun shells this afternoon myself. So still early in the offshore season. You can book San Diego, H&M Landing, Malahini Sport Fishing, Horizon Sport Fishing, and go take advantage of it. It's not going to last forever. I expect it to go into probably late October. After that, we'll see. So anyway, hey, great job on it, guys. You can sign up for Doug's newsletter at huntingfishing.com. I'm Don McDowell with Doug up in St. George. Thank you, Doug. We'll do this again next week.
All righty, bud.